Hey folks, thanks so much for checking out my second artifact, Venture Project 1, which is our first project of the quarter. So it really kicks people off and sets the intention for the quarter. So thank you for taking time to check this out and give me some feedback. So Venture Project 1 is a team-based project. As you may have heard from me, we run a sort of Montessori blended style classroom with 6 quarters of students all at once. And 4 of the quarters do the project, and then 2 of the quarters have the job of being reviewers of the other quarters. And so the project is team based for the people that are doing what we call a venture. And then the project is also with a partner for peer review. We did that because we found that when we do peer review based feedback, students are able to give more vibrant feedback. They learn and grow more as teachers in the classroom. And it's just generally more helpful for their pedagogy and more helpful for the other team's pedagogy. So it really deepens and enriches the experience. That said, Canvas does not support group-based peer review, particularly when it's through a rubric. So thanks so much to the support of our technologies folks. They've really helped me think through the structure that we might take on to make this as clear as possible for students. Fortunately, within our classroom, we do have them for 6 quarters, so it tends to not be super confusing past your first quarter, but I do like to always work to have things be better and clearer for folks. So we're here on our entrepreneurship and innovation website, which is how we navigate through our course. Everything happens here other than like the actual submission within Canvas that students do. So I have here Page Venture Project 1, just as an FYI. They can also do it under 4 students, class essential. So they can navigate to it a couple different ways. So I'm clicking in on what's called Venture Project 1. And this is our page that talks through the different projects. So at the very bottom of the page, we have previous student work and some of the previous projects for reference if they want to access that. So I inserted a video here that walks them through the assignment. And we also have a video down here that is the coach's side of the assignment and a link to the assignment itself. So I'm going to open the link up, which is to a published Google Doc. So the one thing that we do within Canvas with this is we do assign the Venture Project 1 teams. I'll be assigning those like the night before class because people do enroll pretty late, and we want, because it's 6 different quarters of students, we do want to pair them up well with different experience levels. So they'll go into Canvas and they'll see their team, and the first day of class we'll be putting them into a breakout room in Zoom with their team where they will choose one of the different assignment topics that are available to them. So in the fall quarter, we have them do a game or a costume. In the winter, they do a brand revision, and in the spring, they do a product innovation, like designing something like Instapot instead of a pressure cooker. And so those 3 quarters have different projects, but always that element of 4 of the 6 quarters are doing the venture and 2 of the 6 quarters are giving feedback. So I have in here the published Google Doc, and up at the top, venture creators and venture coaches videos there too, as well as the embedded YouTube on the website. And so I run through this, and we have the different prompts, which I talk about in the videos. And they're written out here with a link to the UN Sustainable Development Goals for that one. Give details of the submission and in-class preparation. Highlight certain elements in here to seek to make them more visible. And I have the rubrics right in the assignment. They're also in Canvas, so you can click through and select them. And if you scroll down, it just repeats that content. And then the reviewers have a different rubric for their performance. And so we have that in here as well. And then I have any questions as they come up. We do talk through those. For the reviewers, I really put a lot of attention this quarter on simplifying this process. So it used to be last quarter, I did it a little bit more unclearly. But this quarter, when I learned about pre-setting up Google Drive folders, I set up the Google Drive folders here pre-populated with all the resources they need to successfully do their project, which for them is business report, learning journey, and then we have different pieces of evidence. So I put these all in each team's folder so that these are already preset. Hopefully we won't have any sharing permissions issues, and the teams can immediately get in and spend time on that. And then also for the reviewers can see here that if they're coaching group 1, they'll be coaching Venture Project 1 Team 1 and Venture Project 1 Team 2. And then I have the rubric description in here, and then I have a summary of rubrics. So like Venture Project 1 Team 1 is coached by Team 1 and 2. So I have 2 rubrics in each of the Venture Project 1 tabs so that the 2 different coaching teams can fill out the rubrics and insert a link to their video. I would love some feedback and insight on anything that jumps out to you that I might do to help clarify this a little bit more. I'm delighted and grateful for all the help and feedback that I've gotten so far and how it's gotten clearer. The videos really help walk people through. So one of the things that I'm going to do before next Wednesday is to make sure that we have captioning on those. That'll just take me a little while to go in and modify and edit those. And so we'll be ready for kickoff, first day of class. So I really appreciate and welcome your input and feedback, and have been so grateful for everything that I've gotten out of this summer education. I just, what a great hard job so many dedicated and devoted people did this summer to help our students have a really fantastic online educational experience. So thanks so much for all those gifts, and I look forward to exploring together this year.